Now, to be clear, a lot of police officers do not know constitutional rights, and testing out your free speech rights could still get you in handcuffs if you face a police officer or group of police who do not like your attitude. And the risk of police abusing your rights will only increase if there are no cameras.
And then we're going to arrest you. So that's...
You're not going to do anything because you have no power.
Okay.
I'm your boss.
I
recognize.
doubt that.
You doubt I'm your boss? Who do you think you're talking to?
So let's talk about that. Let's read something right here off of the Declaration of Independence. All men are created equal. Among these, we have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their power from the consent of the governed, meaning our power and any government official's power is derived from the people.
5.001 subsection 7. Hurry up. Don't got all day.
Clearly, putting uninformed, ego-driven police in their place never gets old.
Quick question.
Yeah.
You seem like a person that might know something about straw man.
Yeah.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
That's the reason why I turned off my camera. You tracking?
Yeah. So it's a secure party process. Now, this what I have right now. I'm a non-citizen national, right?
Right.
So a non-citizen national is a state citizen of the Union Republic.
Right.
I'm not a United
like
States.
That sounds like something from 1776.
Yeah, it's two separate entities because the U.S. citizen don't have rights because we stuck under the 14th Amendment Act.
Right.
So
the birth certificate.
Pretty much.
Slave.
Yes. So licenses, permits, fees are not dealing with the Constitution. It's all repugnant to the Constitution. You feel me?
You know, as a police officer, I'm compelled to make this video. I've been in law enforcement for 10 years, and I'm speaking to my peers, other fellow officers, people in any kind of law enforcement position. I've seen officers nationwide enforcing tyrannical orders against the people, and I'm hoping it's a minority of officers, but I'm not sure anymore, because every time I turn on the television, every time I look to the internet, I'm seeing people arrested or cited for going to church, for traveling on the roadways, for going surfing, opening their businesses, going to the park with their families, or doing nails out of their own house. We need to start looking at ourselves as officers and thinking, is what I'm doing right?
If you have any questions, we're able to answer them adequately.
You guys do any law enforcement ever?
We don't have the authority to do those things to people just because a mayor or a governor tells you otherwise. I don't care if it's your sergeant or your chief of police. We don't get to violate people's constitutional rights because somebody in our chain of command tells us otherwise.
You have a question for me?
Yeah.
What's that?
What's the purposes of Title IX?
I don't know.
You guys are law enforcement, right?
It's not how this country works. Those are de facto arrests. You know, we're violating people's rights and taking money from them, or even worse, arresting them and depriving them of their freedom when they are exercising their constitutional rights.
So here's what I'm not going to do.
You're not going to answer questions regarding to the law because you don't know shit about it.
Okay? We don't hold power over our citizens. It's
Clearly, putting uninformed, ego-driven police in their place never gets old. And to be clear, it is settled law that citizens can record and film police. Furthermore, the Supreme Court has ruled repeatedly that our First Amendment freedom of speech includes criticizing police, even using vulgarities, verbally or visually, and asking police to do things that are anatomically impossible. You also have a right not to answer any of their questions. In other words, police are required to disclose their names, but citizens do not have to say anything.
What are the purposes of the criminal code? What's the purpose of its construction?
We're done talking. Do you know why I'm done talking?
Because you don't know your job.